Hello, folks, and welcome back to the Speculation Locomotive. Thank you for watching. On this program, we explore the Industrial Revolution underway as a result of AI, humanoid robotics, and other advanced technologies. I am your host, Wayne Presby. Today, we're exploring Elon Musk's vision of making humanity an interplanetary species, which I laud as crucial to the survival of mankind, and I applaud him for fostering this humanitarian goal. However, while his approach emphasizes sending humans directly to Mars, there's another way that I believe is more efficient and less risky. Following his philosophy that the best part is no part, we could colonize Mars without the need for sending thousands of starships to supply and build a colony. Sending humans to Mars to establish a colony is a risky and expensive proposition. If we follow the plans I have seen outlined by Elon, he plans to send thousands of starships with humans to the Red Planet every 2 years when orbits are optimum for the journey. If we send humans to Mars, establish a colony, it will be necessary to send all of the things needed for their survival at the same time. Food, water, oxygen, life support systems, crew quarters, spacesuits, and all the other equipment necessary to sustain life on the journey, which will increase the weight of the equipment needed to reach Mars, necessitating his plan for thousands of rockets and massive refueling efforts. Humans would also need to withstand the rigors of such an arduous journey, such as muscle atrophy, bone density erosion, psychological challenges, and cosmic radiation, to name just a few. But there is another way, and Elon is already developing the answer. Before I even begin this broadcast, I would like to state that I was flattered when I saw a recent interview with Geoffrey Hinton on LBC television. Mr. Hinton is renowned as the father of AI and is the recipient of the Nobel Peace Prize. During the interview, he reiterated the thoughts and conclusions I asserted are possible in my past video on the coming AI wars. I urge you to watch Mr. Hinton's interview. I would also like to point out that AI continues to expand at an exponential pace. Whether we want to acknowledge it or not, I think artificial superintelligence will appear within less than a year. Self-learning has been witnessed and demonstrated. This is an alien intelligence developed by us that doesn't necessarily follow our existing rules of thought, and it doesn't have to follow our preconceived notions of what artificial general intelligence is. I am apolitical. Politicians are by action and definition, in my belief, crazy. But aren't we all? Who really wants that job? Egomaniacs? The fringes of both parties terrify me, but I have owned and operated a small business for over 40 years. I approve payments to vendors once a week, and occasionally we make a mistake, underpay, overpay. The law of averages would indicate these types of mistakes occur even more often when you are processing billions of transactions a year with much larger average payments than I make. We know from past experience that the government has been the victim of massive fraud in many crises. I believe routine fraud takes place every day. In accordance with our system of government, our representatives are re-elected at least every 4 years. Campaigns have become extremely expensive. Winners in these races owe lots of favors. Many times these favors are repaid with contracts and jobs. I believe there are literally thousands of people receiving paychecks who don't even really work for the government anymore. And Social Security benefits are being paid to recipients who are dead, and others are cashing their checks. We haven't had a real government audit in years. DOGE, to me, is that audit. Give them an opportunity to look under the bed. Let's see what they find. However, I want an audit and accountability. I don't want a political revolution. But I do want people, including our representatives, to do their jobs when it comes to spending our money and government funds. People are threatening the young people selected by Elon to do this job. Why shouldn't they be the ones? They are the people who will be responsible for cleaning up the mess we leave. Now on to the real podcast. I am sure Elon realizes that to colonize Mars, we should hasten our development of autonomous humanoid robots and send them to the red planet first. Why send robots first? Humanoid robots can be designed to withstand the harsh Martian environment, which includes extreme temperatures, radiation, and dust storms. They can operate autonomously, build infrastructure, and prepare everything humans would need, and they can do so without the necessity for all the life-preserving equipment and supplies needed by humans. This reduces the complexity and cost of the initial missions, allowing us to focus on building a sustainable environment. With advanced AI, the robots can make critical decisions on site, ensuring that the colony is ready for humans by the time they arrive. If we in fact send humans at all, we will explore this idea further in this podcast. This approach reduces the risk to human life and allows us to explore Mars more efficiently. A few starships could send more than enough robots and equipment to begin the colonization process. The first step would be constructing shelters and life support systems. The best location for the first habitats would be underground, where humans would be safe from radiation, and which could provide stable living conditions. Humanoid robots could dig underground tunnels where water is presumed to be abundant, so systems for water extraction, oxygen, production, and even farming would be practical and doable. Imagine fields of crops growing under extensive grow lights tended by robots. Eventually, these habitats could be expanded to include domes on the surface. This step-by-step construction process ensures that when humans arrive, they have everything they need to survive and thrive. But do we need to send humans at all? DNA kept frozen can survive for long periods of time. Once the basic infrastructure is in place, the next step in this process of colonization is the perfection of human embryo growing structures, which would be used to begin growing humans from preserved DNA. This concept might sound like science fiction, but it's grounded in scientific possibilities. By growing humans on Mars, we avoid the risks of long-duration space travel for humans and ensure that they are born into an environment already prepared for them. This could be the key to establishing a sustainable human presence on Mars and would become a blueprint for colonizing the rest of the universe. This approach has numerous benefits: reduced risk to human life, efficient resource utilization, and the ability to test and adapt in real time. However, there are challenges too: ethical considerations, technological limitations, and the immense tasks of maintaining robots over long periods. But if we overcome these, the rewards are unparalleled. And with the rapid advancement of AI, I believe these challenges can be overcome in a relatively short period of time. In conclusion, the idea of sending humanoid robots to pave the way for humans on Mars is not just science fiction. It's a practical step towards becoming a multi-planetary species. Thanks for tuning in, and until next time, keep speculating.